back with another banger. Today I got a special video for you guys, highly requested video. How much did it cost to build this car? So I'm going to do a full breakdown on how much I spend on maintenance, how much the kit cost, and everything. So sit back and relax, enjoy the video. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button and notification bell so you get updates as soon as I post. So stay tuned, showing you guys a full build cost, how much it costs, and oh, she was a pretty penny. Stay tuned. So how much did it cost to build this car? We'll be going over the build cost. How much did it cost to build this car? She was a hefty one. Going through the full thing. The maintenance, how much the kit cost, the boost cooler, which is the methanol injection system. I had to get a new charge pipe. The blow off valve, the G-force boost controller, catch can, oil pan gasket, and hardware. Fresh oil, the labor for all that stuff, which is the DR700 kit, the boost cooler, the blow up valve, and all the other stuff, and then the dyno. So the first thing, how much did I spend on maintenance before I got any of the other turbo kit stuff? All the cooling side of it, so the water pump, thermostat, pretty much the full cooling system. I did all that and did the valve cover gasket, all that stuff. That was about $2,000. I had a friend do it for me. He's a mechanic, so I was able to get a good price on that as far as parts and labor. So $2,000 for maintenance right off the jump. Now, what everybody wants to know is how much did I spend on the DR700 kit? The DR700 kit was $4,300 and some change, but we'll just put $4,300. Keep it simple. We got the boost cooler, which is the methanol injection system, $450. That's just for the parts, not even labor. $450. Charge pipe was $130. Starting to rain, guys. Hold on. It kind of stopped. Back to the video. Back to this hefty penny. So, hope you guys can see everything. So far we have the maintenance, $2,000. The DR700 kit, just the kit alone, was $4,300. I got a little bit of a discount on it. It would have been like $4,600. Got a little discount on there. The boost cooler, stage 2, $450. The charge pipe, had to get that. It was $130. So the blow off valve and the G-force. The G-force was about $450, and the blow off valve was about, let's just say, $200, so about $600 for that. The catch can was about $200. Hopefully you guys can see that. I'll write it bigger. That's, oh gosh. Can was about $200. Oil pan gasket and hardware was about, this is just for the parts, so that was about $150. $150 for the gasket. Fresh oil was about, oil and coolant, fresh oil and coolant, that was about $100. So there we go. So far, then we're getting into labor. So we got the maintenance, $2,000. DR700 kit was $4,300. Boost cooler, $450. Charge pipe was $130. The blow off valve and G-force was about $600. Catch can, $200. Oil pan gasket and hardware, $150. And fresh oil and coolant, which was about $100. Now we're going to labor. DR700 kit for labor was about $1,300 to replace the turbo, take off the old turbos and put the new turbo on. About $1,300 for the labor on that. Then we got the labor for the boost cooler to wire everything up, to get everything ran. That was about $400 right there. $400. The labor for the blow off valve and all the little small miscellaneous stuff, $200 right there. $200. Now we got the dyno. How much did we spend on the dyno? We got a little discount since we did everything. $1,000 for the dyno. Additional labor, because obviously they ran into a couple issues, was about $250. We have our full list right here, guys. Our full list. We have our maintenance, our DR700 kit, the boost cooler, charge pipe, blow up valve and G-force, catch can, oil pan gasket, fresh oil, labor for the DR700 kit, the labor for the boost cooler, labor for the getting it on blow up valve and all the other stuff installed, and then we have our dyno. and then we have our additional labor. So I'm gonna add up all these numbers and see what our grand total is. Now that I'm doing this, it's all coming together. I'm like, wow, spent a pretty penny on this car, but it was worth it. Definitely worth it. So I'm gonna add up all these numbers and see what our grand total is. Hopefully you guys can see that. Maintenance, DR700, boost cooler, charge pipe, blow off valve, catch can, oil pan gasket, hardware, fresh oil, labor, boost cooler, labor, and other labor stuff, our dyno, and our additional labor cost. Yeah, y'all can see. Pretty penny, right? For sure. I'm gonna add up all these numbers and give y'all a grand total. Our grand total, guys. We have $11,080. Are you serious? $11,000 to get this thing to where you have a single turbo kit and have extra power. Was it worth it? Yes. For the sounds, for the enjoyment, yes. But you're pretty much buying the car again. You're pretty much buying the car. Obviously the IS costs more than the standard 335, but in reality, if you do the labor yourself, you're gonna save a good couple $1,000s. It is a little bit of a headache if you don't know what you're doing, and you're eventually either gonna mess up something or have something that's not gonna work. So I went the route of taking it to a professional, have them do it. I went to House of Power down in LA. They pretty much do this every single day, so I was comfortable and confident enough to take it down there to get them to install it. So that's the reason for why I spent the money on taking it to a shop. But you can do this yourself in your garage, but it's not the most difficult job. But I just wanted to make sure when I got the car back, everything was done perfectly and I didn't have to worry about anything, because I did drive the car quite a bit after I got this stuff installed. So $11,080 was the full build cost to get this thing from the stock twins and full bolt-ons to a single turbo kit with the methanol injection system, all the gaskets replaced, oil pan gasket, and well, obviously you guys can see all the extra stuff that I got on the car, and it was worth it. Obviously the car's been phenomenal. It's been great, no issues. It's been super reliable. I bought the welds you guys can see over there in the corner. Those have been pretty good to me as well too. And the video's coming out on that next, so definitely stay tuned for that. But you guys can see the total build cost, $2,000 for the maintenance, $4,300 for the DR700 kit, $450 for the boost cooler, charge pipe was $130, blow off valve and G-force was $600, catch can $200, oil pan gasket $150, fresh oil and coolant $100, labor to do the DR700 kit was $1,300, labor for the boost cooler was $400, labor for the blow off valve and the little small miscellaneous stuff was about $200, and the dyno sesh was about $1,000. Was a little bit more than that, but it gave me a discount. It would have been $1,200, but got a discount on there. $1,000 for the dyno sesh, and then additional labor was $250. My handwriting's a little bad, so excuse the handwriting, but $250 for additional labor, and we have a grand total of $11,080. It was definitely worth it, I would say. If I went back again, I had second thoughts after the fact, maybe thinking I should have done the top mount kit, just because obviously you get the wow factor of popping open the hood and seeing the top mount kit. Definitely the DR700 kit definitely keeps that heat down low where it's supposed to be, but every once in a while I kind of think like I should have probably got the top mount kit just to have that wow factor every time I pop the hood. But in reality, can't go wrong with either one. You're kind of limited on how big of a turbo you can go with the bottom mount kit, so that's the other little small issue here with there. Unless you're trying to shoot for the moon, you don't really need to have the, you know, some big old turbo down there. I have a 6266 down there. It's a ball bearing turbo by Precision. Car's been phenomenal, car's been great, but I wanted to give you guys a full video on how much it costs. I did have some requests on how much did it cost to build this car, and did that for you guys. I spent about $11,080. It was worth it, and I would say if you are in California and you're needing some place to take your car, go to House of Power down in LA. They did a phenomenal job phenomenal job. Talk to Tiago. He's the main guy there. He'll definitely set you up right. He had the car for a little longer than I would have expected it, than I would have wanted, but he definitely took his time, made sure everything was done correctly. He didn't rush anything. That's one thing that, you know, I can't tip my hat to him, is saying that it took longer than I would have expected, but he definitely made sure everything was done correctly and everything was done right, which I couldn't ask for anything better than that. Like, you just want somebody who's gonna take your car to them and that they do it correctly. And it might take a little longer than what you were hoping for, but he's gonna make sure it's done correctly. So definitely, House of Power did the install. Were able to get me all these parts. So when I got the DR700 kit, it was still fresh to the market somewhat. So I was able to kind of get pushed to the front of the line on that. So I was able to get the kit a little early and have the first one on the, pretty much the first one on the IS, sort of, you can say, sort of say. But yeah, it definitely cost a little bit, but I would say it was worth it. Definitely worth the money to, you know, go down there. Like I said, I drove the car pretty much like crazy. I went to a bunch of different events after I got the kit installed, and let me say, hands down, it was pretty much, it worked every single time. So definitely tip my hat to him and House of Power. If you're down in the LA area or if you're in Southern California, definitely go down to House of Power. They'll definitely get you right. But that's the full build breakdown on this car. More videos are coming. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, that notification bell. And if you guys want to see more content from this car, definitely hit a thumbs up on this video. I definitely gonna do my best to try to push out some more content.